Welcome everyone to our Holistic Mystic Show. My name is Boston Summer. We have a very special guest here today. Her name is Chayla, talking about how there is no guru. You are who is important. You are the guide. You are the ultimate being in your life. Our guest speaker, Chayla, is a Reiki sound and dragon energy healer and practitioner. She's here to really talk about what it means to become your own guru and reclaim your healing journey from you taking the reins. So today is all about exploring how to move beyond dependency on someone else and really reconnecting to the wisdom that is already within you. So without further ado, we're going to welcome Chayla to the show. Go ahead and say hello.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited for you to be here too.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know there's lots of wisdom in your noggin and in your heart. And so I am excited to be talking about this topic because I really feel like it's so easy to kind of hand off that power to someone else.
Yeah.
And so I really love that you're kind of at the forefront, really helping to pioneer this aspect and energy of allowing ourselves to be in the driver's seat of our own healing journey. And so I know that to just kind of start us off, I know that you've shared with me, every service that you offer, whether it's Reiki or coaching or readings, it's really helping to guide the client back to themselves. So I'm just curious, how does this approach help people to become their own guru rather than relying on you or any of the modalities that you work with?
Right. And that's a great question. At the end of the day, at the end of each service that I offer, no matter what one it is, whether it's Reiki or sound, no matter what, I don't leave with my client. So I don't go home with them. And when they leave, if I set up a reflection question for them, or if I'm saying at the end of a session, you know what, when you leave here for 2 days, I want you to take some time to meditate on what we talked about and try to give yourself a little bit of space here. Give yourself some space to reflect on what we did and then see how it grows, see how it flourishes. And those, say they pick 2 days to meditate more, that space that I was not with them and they took that independent time to grow within themselves. And that's, if they continue doing that on one specific issue, then what they continue to grow within themselves is more than I could have ever done.
Yeah, it's like learning how to build that kind of self-leadership, kind of that self-reliance on or and dedication too of being willing to continue the work at home. I love how you said I don't go home with them, right? Yeah, you don't go home with them. So like what are they going to do after the session, right? They might have like these huge big aha moments and these big breakthroughs in session, but then what?
Right. And those aha moments, I can tell from experience myself. I've had aha moments and it's been, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And you have to be able to take accountability for those and say, okay, here's the aha moment. Now I'm going to compartmentalize that with myself and build on that aha moment and make that your own, which is beautiful. And it's very cool once you establish that within yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that work is really important. I like to kind of share with my clients. So basically I kind of feel like I help to like deep clean the kitchen with them, their energy field or what's going on. But like you still got to clean the kitchen
Exactly.
like every day. Like you might even do some deep cleaning yourself, right? And then eventually after you do it so much, you can teach them how to keep doing that work themselves. And so eventually they are, reliant on um more so on themselves than a healer. And I think it's important to really highlight that. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for asking.
I know that in your journey, you kind of have this aspect of walking with someone rather than like, you know, pulling someone along the journey, and really being someone who is just helping them to like not be alone in doing the work, and not being someone who feels like, you know, you're kind of creating all of the answers for your clients. And so can you, and from what I've talked to you about, like you've had really pivotal moments in your journey around what it means to walk with someone rather than like the healer being your crutch.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, can you talk to us a little bit about that realization and
Yeah.
kind of how it's supported your clients now?
I think that question is twofold. I guess
Okay.
I think my answer is probably twofold. I grew up very religious, and so in the Christian church, that's how I grew up. And it was very much a, if you aren't reliant on somebody else, that somebody being Jesus, then you're doing it wrong.
Mhm.
And that didn't sit well with me. I don't think, like, I know that didn't sit right in my soul and my spirit. And I knew that I had the creativity, the ability, and the stability to be able to create and to I think I've shared this with you before. Like, if I created, it's pretty cool. Like, um, to be able to take care of what I need. And then the second part of that was when I met my own mentor, and that's, her name's Brenna, and I think that you know Brenna too. When I met Brenna, and I was going through some of the darkest stuff that I've gone through, and I was told, anytime I would have those, what's the answer? I need this. I need some help. Please help me. I feel like I'm burning here. And I would get told, have you sat with it? And
Wow.
I was angry. Like, I promise I was angry, but I could have either taken that anger and been like, I don't want to do this anymore, or taken that and been like, okay, I'm going to sit with it. And I sat with it. And once I did realize, hey, I am the answer. Like, it might not be 29-year-old me that's struggling with this. It might be 21-year-old me that's struggling with this. But the answer still lies within myself. And I did not have to be reliant on a church or my mentor, who, yes, she guided me, but she didn't have every answer for me. And so in turn, I'm now teaching what I was taught in that way. And I can only say thank you to that mentor and then learning what I don't want from what I learned in church, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, totally. I think a lot of us have had that experience with the church, unfortunately, because I think it's a beautiful place to um have that connection and have that invitation to call ourselves forward on wanting to be better and wanting to grow and wanting to just have a better life for ourselves. Unfortunately, it comes with all the human baggageness and the expectation of like, I gotta go through a pastor or a
Yeah.
leader or you know, literally through Jesus, which this is obviously not the time and place to have that conversation. But I'm just gonna throw this out there. Jesus came here to tear the veil. So
Right.
we don't need anyone else to have that in between
Yeah.
to that direct relation of source or spirit or whoever, whatever it is you're trying to do as well. And I love that you said about what was it? It was something about how you had to sit with it. You had to sit
Yeah.
with it. And because it's true, like your mentors cannot be the ones to figure it out. They're not the ones feeling your feelings or your
Mhm.
emotions.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And so it's one of my biggest concepts in my work is to feel your way through it, right? Like you have to complete the emotion cycle loop, or emotion cycle, or it's just going to keep looping.
Right. And it does keep looping if you're I've ended up putting myself in situations multiple times when I was trial and erroring situations, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this over and over again? Why does this keep happening? And right, why insanity is, repetition with a, expecting a different result, and never understanding why I couldn't get a different result until I realized, oh my gosh, I'm the one doing this. I'm the one doing this, and I'm not healing that part of me that just needs to either be let free or needs to be cherished or needs to be adored. And
Or just listen to sometimes.
yeah. And then recognizing that no other person in this planet could have figured that out for me. I needed to figure that out for me.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the true source of like authentic love, self-love, is like being willing to sit with those parts that feel uncomfortable, and when you sit with it long enough, that is the joy in being able to eventually you get to become friends and build a relationship with these kind of exiled parts of ourselves.
Yeah.
And we can care for them and we can tend to them, and like how you said, cherish them.
Mhm.
I think that's so beautiful to bring that energy into the healing space. So I'm curious, I mean, like in your own life, what does it look like for you to begin to start trusting yourself and starting to love yourself in the everyday moments?
The the first step, and the first step is the step that I never wanted to take. So if you're watching this, you're gonna be like, I don't want to do it either. It's okay, no one does. Um,
Sorry, it's fair.
um, being realistic with where you actually are,
Mm,
and knowing that it's okay to be exactly where you are. And if you're real with yourself in that, that is the first step, being realistic. I like to use the gym as an example. I know it's not emotional or mental, but
oh, it's totally emotional.
well, yeah, yeah, once you get there, yes. But then you realize, oh yeah, it is. Um, but if I walked into the gym and I expected to be able to do what Johnny is doing that has been going to the gym for 6 months, ain't no way. And I'm setting
Yeah.
myself up for failure.
Mhm.
Um, but if I go to the gym with the expectation of I'm going to pick a machine and I'm going to try, and hey, I also showed up, like that is so much more realistic. And for me, going there is the hard part.
Mhm.
So that's the acknowledging where I actually am of like, hey, getting there is hard enough. So get there and stay there for an hour. I don't care what I do. If I get there and I stay there, good job, me. Like I did it.
Yeah. So
Um,
A, you have to be like honest with yourself about where you're actually at, which I agree is probably definitely the hardest part because that's part of the uncomfortableness.
mhm,
That's part of the exiled parts or the burdened parts that we don't want to look at, right? They're
right.
more likely like have some kind of pre expectation of what we think we should do or what the world is like. And so I like that you brought that. And then I also love the fact of like you're celebrating yourself for even showing up.
Yeah.
Giving yourself a pat on the back of like you showed up, even if it's small in the small ways. And I think that that is huge when you do that every day or every few days.
Right. And it's small, but it's a okay, here's where I'm at. And I think two other things that um, really help me when it comes to like making small changes, small things to help me trust myself are listening to my intuition on um, and if you're new to the healing community or if it's something that you're struggling with, um, it's also worded as follow your gut. Like follow your gut instinct. When you turn right instead of left, turn left instead of right. When you round up your change because I feel like I want to today. Like when you do those small things and you listen to yourself, those tiny, tiny things start to add up over months and then over years. And that gut instinct is, okay, I can feel it. I can feel it all around me, and I trust me in that. That was a very short recap of what trusting your gut is.
Well, it's true though. Like, how can you trust yourself if you don't listen and take action on the things that you say you're going to do, or the things that, that small still voice inside? It can, one or two things. It can either go really, really loud, or it can get like a really, really quiet. And
Right.
it's kind of like finding the balance of and discerning, like, where am I at? Like, what is my soul really wanting and needing? Can you oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, and when it's what's my soul wanting, and it's also what am I called to do? Because I can tell you a lot of the things that I've been called to do are not what I want to do. Like it's, it might be what is aligned for my higher purpose and my higher plan, but I don't want to do it. Like there have been people that I have been called to forgive that no thanks, I don't want to forgive that person. But it's on my heart that if I forgive and release and let go of that anger, I'm going to feel real good. But there's that part of me that's going, no, they hurt you. You don't need to forgive them. And when I finally do, then holy cow, open the floodgates for love and joy and happiness that I did not know existed.
Yeah, absolutely. Letting go of the people in the space in your life that are holding hostage, like, the joy that you want to have for yourself,
Yeah.
and the um uh just the abundance and the opportunities that could be coming your way. But we're holding it hostage for other parts of our lives that I think it can be really beneficial to identify, like, what those things are. And so I'm curious, or I'm looking at my questions and I'm like, we are off, but I love it because I think it's it's so important, because we gotta listen to where spirit wants us. So what are some of those things that maybe you've had to do in your life that maybe were uncomfortable, but ultimately led you down the path of, like you said, forgiveness, right? What are some other ways when it comes to this topic that people can maybe start to identify, do I need to do that in my life?
Things that are uncomfortable. Some of the hardest I know are career, job, making a career change, or that's the first one that popped into my head when I was thinking about this podcast. I know that jobs were the first one that came into my head. So when you have something in your spirit, something in your soul that you know that you want to do or that you don't want to do anymore, and you are, hey, this is my purpose, this is my plan, I know that this is aligned with me. If we stop and we sit and we think and we pray, and whoever your source is, and we say, hey, can you please make this very, very clear? It will be abundantly clear at some point to you what you need and what you want. What can stop that, like stop that gut instinct or stop those messages from coming in, is a lot of times when we outsource our opinions. And
Wow. Yeah.
I know for me, I outsourced a lot of opinions when I wanted to start doing this, when I wanted to start helping others. And it was so difficult for me because I had opinions from family and opinions from friends and opinions from my husband. And not that all of them were negative. Some were great. Go do your thing. My husband was great. Go do your thing. Quit your job. Love you. Proud of you. And, but if I sat with everybody's opinions and then me in spirit, that made it so much more difficult. And
because you're being pulled in so many different directions too, trying to meet everyone's expectations or
yep.
whatever.
So how do you go out and up at the same time? You don't. Yeah. So if you sit with just you, it's you and source, and you go up. You elevate, you find your sovereignty, and then you can say, hey, this is how I'm going to step forward and up. Will you align with me?
Wow. Mic drop.
And people that want to align with you will meet you. And if not, they'll fall away. And it hurts. And that's a new level of healing that hurts, but it happens, and it will.
But making space for the new people to find you, right?
Yeah. And it's real cool. It's real hard, but it's real cool.
I think it's so funny. Like people, it's like the opposite of people think when they start this soul work. They're thinking things are just gonna keep getting better and better. And then actually you're like, oh, it's like breakdown after breakdown and like shadow work after shadow work with you know, the eventual like beauty of being able to hold more love and more joy and expanding your capacity for good things. But it takes those deep reflections. And I love that you have mentioned like bringing spirit into the picture, because like how can we follow our path, how can we do the soul work without having that connection and to really guide us.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to answer that question, or you just want to like?
Sure, if you want. We're going off the map from where we
are. My map is gone. I mean, for me, I could not do it without having spirit to guide me. I couldn't do it. So if you are doing it, let me know how you do it, because I couldn't. And I know that a lot of people have a friend group or a family group that they outsource to, but that to me just gets messy. So I don't know. I don't have a concrete good answer for that, but
well, think about it. Like everyone else is human. Everyone else has their own baggage, their own preconception, or whatever the word is. I don't know the word of what they think life should be. They all have their own lens they view life, and they're coming from their own trauma or their own, wounds. And it's a lot of projection of like, you should do this or you should do that, and all, who knows if that's actually in your highest good. And so if we listen to what's within, that's going to be the truest path for you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a very recent example, but I decided I wanted to go back to school and keep studying. I'm so excited. I love working with infants and I love working with women. So I'm going to be continuing on that path, and I'm so stoked. And I didn't tell my husband for a while. And I decided, and I was like, hey, by the way, when you go to your new job, I'm going to be starting this. And he goes, since when? And it was something that I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, like me and Spirit have been chatting, and this is something that came. And so when I'm in that state of me and Spirit are talking, I will forget, like, hey, I have to talk to my husband. He's my partner.
We are doing this thing called life together.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Love you.
But it's good that he's very supportive and trusts that you know that you've got the green light from your true self or spirit.
Yeah. It's incredible. And I think it's become if it aligns with, I think, more of what I said earlier, if it aligns with me and my highest good, and he chose me and I chose him, then we know that it will align together. And it always has. And it's just been really cool.
Yeah, you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to those nudges. And do you have, just before we close, do you have anything else around um listening to your intuition and being your own sovereign person of your life before we close?
Mm.
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? Make the small things big, because
Mm.
small intuition winks are just the start of cultivating something huge. So don't minimize the small spirit winks, and even the tiniest things can become huge. And honor that, and don't minimize any little wink that spirit gives you, and listening to that. And if you have questions, I'm happy to talk to you about any of those too. I mean, you are your own person. I've preached that for half an hour, but you are your own person. You are your own guru. But if you ever have questions on what else can I do, I'm always available. I'm on Facebook, so don't hesitate
Yeah.
to reach out.
Do you mind if I just ask one final question?
Sure.
What is the role with working with a healer or working with a practitioner um when you are trying to be sovereign and be your own guru?
Yeah. I like that you asked that. Um, for me, it is purely to be a space holder and a facilitator. Um, I know that there are people that prefer practical things and tangible things to work with. So for people that prefer things that are practical, I'll use oracle cards because they want to see that in front of them. Um, but is um, none of that is what I will 100% interpret, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I could look at a turtle on an oracle card and say, that means for me to slow down. And they could look at that and say, you know what? I have felt like I need to protect myself more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if they already know, that person already knows, they know. I don't need to tell them that. So
Yeah.
all I
You can
do,
help them like find those
yeah,
answers so they can get used to.
yeah. Like when you see this, what does anything come up for you? Does that mean anything to you? And if it's an honest no right away, then we can sit and spend some time meditating together, and we'll try to come up with something together. And that can take a long time. And I'm never going to leave saying, I've got nothing for you. No, I have no idea. That will be a, let's sit and let you meditate for a while, and we'll do some breathing. Like we'll do some breathing and see how we're doing. Because it's never going to come straight from me.
Yeah. It sounds like it's also a learning curve, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching your clients how to find those answers, how to work with those energies that come up.
Yeah. I mean, the end goal, truly the end goal is to not be needed anymore. And that's not because I don't want to see everybody's face. I love you all. If you're my clients on here, like I love you so much. But I want you to be able to go, I know how to do this. Like I know how to do this. If I have a guided question, like I'll send her a text. Like 100%. Like I got you if you have a question, but like I know that you can do it too.
Yeah. And there'll always be, huge life moments where we just need someone there.
Yep.
Right. But the goal is like you can learn how to do your own deep cleaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll always need my people. I'll always, like, I got myself a sound bath for my birthday because I just want to rest and relax. So, like, I bought one for myself, but I can play the sound bowls. Like, I know how to do it. But I mean, it's just something that I know I like to do and chill. So, everybody can. I know that I can, but I also just want to be able to relax sometimes too.
Exactly. Sometimes you just want someone else to hold, like we can all do our own healing work, and sometimes it is nice just to have someone else help hold in the container.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. My
Thank
very, very last question for you, my dear, is how can people connect with you or go deeper in this work with you together?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, you can find me on Facebook, and my name is Chayla Lynch. I think it's posted on here.
I will post in the little description area all the findings of how to find you.
Awesome. My email is chaylaliynch@mail.com. You can send me an email or my phone number, which is 574-343-8277. You can shoot me a text or give me a call.
What should they do if they're interested?
Any of those ways are fine to reach out to me for an appointment. I respond quickest in Messenger on Facebook. That's the fastest way to reach me.
So they just be like, hey, I liked what you said. How could I work with you?
Yep. I would like to book an appointment with you, or if you have time to do a video chat, and that would be a consultation fee. And my consultation fees are $45. And we'll do about 45 minutes.
Okay, perfect. What do they get in the consultation?
So a consultation, we would either meet in person or we would do a video chat, and any Q&A questions, I would answer all the Q&As. We could sit down and talk about the questions that you have here. I would send you an email following up if you wanted to have a follow-up appointment, and we could do an overview of what we talked about today. And you get a loyalty card. So you have your your first appointment would be checked off that you had one, and after 5 appointments, your 6th one is free.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
So a consultation truly is whatever you would like to talk about. I leave that up to you, but it's 45 minutes and I leave it up to you, and then I'll guide you however I can, answering questions.
Kind of figuring out like what it is to work on, what's the best path moving forward kind of thing.
Yeah. And then when I say like I can give guidance in that aspect after that appointment, I would say, I think maybe we could help better in this aspect with sound healing, or maybe it sounds better for you if you're a tangible person. We can do some crystal gridding or oracle cards or something like that. So we'd find a plan for you.
Perfect. We have everyone in the chat going, yes, love this. Agree. This is amazing. Everyone's saying hello.
Oh, hi.
Said mic drop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, thank you, beautiful soul, for showing up for the people, to help them to become a little bit more sovereign and more what is the word? Accountable to their own healing work.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for having me. I've appreciated it so much.
You're so welcome. And for those of you, like I said, I will post in the details in the show notes how to get a hold of Chayla. And thank you everyone who has tuned in. Thank you for your presence, and thank you for walking this path with us.
Yeah.
Until I see you guys on our next Holistic Mystic show, my name is Boston, and go out there and share your light with the world. Namaste. Bye.
Bye.